Hi, how's everybody doing? Happy evening. It's a beautiful rainy day here, which is a really nice change. We had a really massive heat spell come through. Anyhow, I'm so excited to be back. Always am. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're excited to be here joining me. And what I'm talking about is credibility. Now, this was really interesting, and it's funny. Sometimes, I don't know if you find the same, as when you start to think something and then you see other people talking about it all over the place. So I thought, okay, I've got to go on and talk about it. So it came up yesterday in conversation with a friend, and I'm pretty much going to jump straight to the point here. If you're at this point and we're in such this beautiful time, hey Leanna, thanks for joining. Good to see you. We're at this point where we're just in this absolutely surreal time in the world. You know, we're going through an experience that none of us have ever been through, seen through, or ever heard of before. And it's opening so many opportunities. It really is. It's like this portal of creative expansion, really. And a lot of people are finding that in this downtime, it's like, what's the saying? Oh my gosh, idle hands. Someone's going to know it. But no one wants to just sit and be idle. So everybody's tapping back into their roots and really figuring out and realizing and recognizing and enjoying the things that they really like, and also seeing how much can grow from it. Hey, JP, nice to see you. So if you are one of those people who has been really feeling like a call to purpose, like a call to step up, as we're also seeing this like massive highlight of duality of very negative, and then also like immense positive. It's like, how can two exist at the same time? But with this massive duality, skipping straight to the point, like it's time to step up. And if you want that vision of your dream world, of the perfect world, if you're sick and tired of seeing the negative, if you're sick and tired of struggle, if you're sick and tired of exhaustion and being tired, and you're like, yeah, it's time for a change, because it is. and the fact that we're all in the same place, all locked inside right now, really, you can't be put in a better place to make a change. So if you have these dreams, if you have these visions, as you decide to go for them, and I spoke about this the other day, is mediocrity is going to do whatever it can to keep excellence from rising. And this is where, as an individual and as a human, and with the nature of the mind, it can be really, really hard to stay with that motivation. And when you get caught in the flow, to keep going, because obstacles arise. And sometimes those obstacles are those voices in our head that really are powerful. And it's like, we don't even realize we're listening to it. And it's like, what? Wait a second. Like, no, I'm going for it. And you're going to go for it because you know in your heart you're meant to. And because you know in your heart that the vision that you have for the world is what the world needs. You know that the vision in your heart and in your mind isn't just what you need for the world, but it's what we want everybody. Every single person in this whole world, it's what we want them to experience. We want happiness and bliss. We want no pain. I mean, there's going to be pain because there's emotion and we're human, and that's around that, but there doesn't have to be suffering. And so when those things creep up in your mind, and this has been a big one for me along the road, is, are you credible enough? Like, oh, I'm not an expert enough. And I guess I love this too, in that you might know some people have friends or family too who think, well, no. Like, you have to have A, B, C, and D to be able to start doing what you want to do. And it's like, well, actually, if you look back in your history, you might have been doing exactly what you want to be doing for almost like a lifetime, really. If you really want to like chop it down and look at your credentials, you've been doing it probably a lot longer than you even realize, in bits and pieces, because there's this core element of all of us that is just like this like homeostatic piece of your being that is unchanged from your entire life. And that is the purpose that you're here for. And like, I'm talking, yes, about soul purpose. So when people say, oh, I need to go and do this course, or, oh, I need to go and get that certification, or I need that qualification before I can do it. You're always, if you're like me, yeah, you're always going to be taking courses. Like right now, like I have a coach who is, I love having her. She's such a massive motivator. I never thought that I'd hire a business coach. I never ever did think I did. And it's changed my life. And I also have other mentors whose courses I take who are also these absolute teachers in my life who are changing my life. But I could sit and keep saying, okay, but I need the next course. I need the next course because I need to have more qualification before I can do it. And the thing is it's not just, you don't get credibility from learning it. And again, I go back to this. You've probably been learning it all your whole entire life already. So you actually probably know all of it. And you're going to continue learning your whole life. Hey, everybody who's popping on. It's so good to see you. Thank you, Leanna. So glad you're feeling this. So you're not going to get credibility from all of the learning that you're going to do. You get credibility from doing it, guys. You get and grow your credibility from doing it. So, I mean, yes, like be the lifelong learner because you're going to want to, because you're going to be continually growing and expanding. But start doing it. Like not tomorrow. Start doing and spreading your message and sharing your knowledge and sharing your teaching and sharing your medicine and whatever umbrella of wisdom that you sit in, because there's groups of us. You know, I sit under the umbrella of a teacher. I'm a teacher, and I have been, like, since I was 3, I've been testing out what it's like to teach. So I'm under the realm of teaching, and it's gone from working from babysitting, it's gone from being a tutor, it's gone from being a nanny, it's gone from being a professional educator in the professional school system or in the public school system. And now I'm here realizing that in all of those roles, what I've always been wanting to do is spark and inspire other people to step into their purpose. So, and I've always been doing it. So like, it's always been there. And if I don't step in and I don't share what I've learned, and if you don't share what you've learned, then you're not building your credibility. I could sit here and I will, like I said, I'll keep taking the courses, but if you feel like you need that master's or you need that PhD before you can actually be recognized to do it, no. Do it now. I need your wisdom. We need your wisdom. Share it. And like I said, not tomorrow, today. Like, become accountable, become disciplined, set that self-responsibility, because that's also part of it, right? That's part of the discipline of life. It's part of like overall hygiene of life, of mental, physical health, like in every aspect of your kind of energetic hygiene. So that's sort of where I'm going at. Because yes, there's going to be people who might look at you and they might go, oh, well, I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to take that course. Oh, this person's doesn't have, enough expert. They're not the expert. That's right. It's like, oh, well, they're not the expert. Well, guess what? Once you have the PhD and once you have the master's and once whatever $1,000 course under your belt, when you start, you're still not going to be the expert because you only have learned so much. You have to still start teaching it. So this is going to be, and this is part of what I've gone through as my journey shifting from, because I'm also a yoga and meditation teacher, which was in sort of, in between my phase out from the educational system. And that's what I felt. I thought, oh, well, here I have all of this, but then you have to build your community, and your community comes from the people who totally connect and jive with you, the people who are learning from you, the people who feel that energetic connection with what your soul is bringing out. So the whole message in tonight's thanks for being here and sharing my space and my energy is credibility is just a word, and I would reason to believe that you are an expert in what your soul purpose is, and you have been for years in the making. So You know it. You know your shit. You know what you want to share. You know who your people are. The people who are going to sit in the mediocre realm, because there's always going to be those people, and your mind's going to also be one of them sometimes. So be prepared for that. But mediocrity is going to do whatever it can to pull down excellency. So let your excellency freaking shine. Like, just let it shine. Because, and I kind of wanted to touch on this with what's happened in Minneapolis. It's time to make the world that we want to live in, right? So really, when it comes down to that, it's like, if chasing your own soul mission isn't enough of a motivator for you, which it will be at some point if it's not yet, but if that's not enough, if looking at the two dualities, like, do you want destruction and hate and violence to take over, or do you want love and light and brilliance and everybody living in a world where there is no suffering, where, yes, we get to be human and we get to go through the emotional experiences that have happened? There's just a lot of riots and violence, and like, I don't know, Natasha, it blows my mind. It's all in the news, but focusing on the light here, because it's, I guess, actually, no, sorry, because Natasha, it kind of blows my mind, and it feels like if this COVID thing doesn't feel like Twilight Zone enough, to hear about the hate crimes that are happening down there right now. It is shocking, because and as many of you who are probably viewing this too, life right now has probably been feeling really, really incredible. And you might feel like a lot of expansion and rising and light and love and elevation and inspiration and all of those beautiful things, because that's the life that you're stepping into, and that's what you want to be creating. And so I think to also recognize that there is still the elements of darkness out there, and we just don't want, like, do we want that to continue and grow? What's worth spreading? And you have the capacity to enhance the spread of darkness or light. And if you're watching this, you're here because you are going to spread the light. You're here because you're full of love. You're here because you believe in creative expansion. You believe in connection. You believe in making the world an absolute fucking brilliant, beautiful heaven on earth. That's what you're here for if you're watching. So, this is, I guess, also why I'm here to say is this is why it's time for you to step to that call, right? Like, you can't be quiet. If you've got some light, some medicine, some message to share in whatever capacity, whether it's on social media, whether it's through a webpage that you have, whether it's through the work that you do, whether it's a course or a program or a retreat or a class, or I don't know. There's so many. Like, it's limitless. It's so limitless. And this is what I talk about, is how you're like, we don't even know how good it can get, because the greatness that we've experienced is only just like the peak of the iceberg of what we can have. So if you're with me, like, yes, jump in, start today. How can you share your message? I've been holding myself accountable by coming on and doing a live every day, because I thought it's true. I'm here to spread the light. I want this message to go out. I want as many people to step into their soul mission, their soul passion, to spread that energy, to spread that light, to connect, to build community, to build love. Like, this is what we're all here for. So, find a way to hold yourself accountable, whether it's a post, whether it's something that you can do through work, whether it's the limitless levels. Also, if all of this jives with you, oh, Natasha, of course you are. I feel it. And Helen, you too. Also good to see you. So yeah, if you are jiving with this, I'm starting tomorrow at 7:30 a 5-day reset, and it's all about this, really flipping, if because we are human, and because our that little voice in from our shoulder can sort of peek in at times, and but we have the capacity. The light is in us, the love, the energy. So a 5-day reset, and it's going to be short, like 20-minute max, where each day I share a tool that's going to help you to switch from negative thinking, or like if you feel like any limited belief right now, if you feel like you're just like, oh my God, where did time go? I used to have it. I don't know what's happened. Some really powerful mindfulness tools to switch you into, moving away from those negative thought patterns to being able to build your best case outcome, best case scenario, best case life, everything that's beautiful and amazing. I'm going to give you some little tips, and you're just going to roll into that momentum. So I'm super, super happy to be offering that. I'll share the link below. I'm doing it in a private Facebook group, but it's free. And I'll share the tools, and we'll also communicate and share about how it's impacting your days. So please join me there. I would love, love, love to have you. And part of all of this too is, building and connecting with a powerful, supportive, safe community. And so I also love, within being able to host these small little community gatherings, the connections that everybody gets to make with one another. We all get to make friends. Oh my God, it's like being a kid and making friends, from all around the world. So join me there. I hope to see you all. I hope you're all having a beautiful night. Go share your message. Start right now. So much love to you all, you beautiful, beautiful souls. Take care.